So I saw this team online where a player got over 2700 elo currently with a triple electric team, and I wondered, like, is this actually good? And I kind of realized what I also talked about in a recent video, that there's practically zero ground type Pokemon currently around, and as the only weakness for electric type Pokemon are ground type Pokemon, I was thinking this is most likely the only time where a triple electric team would be considered very solid, because generally speaking, especially in the Open Great League, you're going to have so many ground type Pokemon that it would be kind of not a good idea, I would say, to run a team like this. But now we're going to have here a team where we're going to have the Morpeko in the lead, the Saisop of the Charger Bug, as well as the Lantern in the back. And the Lantern is going to be our main answer here for a potential ground type, as we are running a Water Gun as a fast move. But generally speaking, I doubt that we're going to see that many of them. And here we will see something that is quite nice for this team. There are quite a lot of Talonflame currently around in this meta, which makes a monotype team like this one quite solid because you have a lot of targets. And as we see already, Morpeko has a no chill at all, just going for those Psychic Fangs and dropping the opponent's defense by 3 stages. They are Shadow bonus on top of it as well, and have 3 electric types. So sorry Talonflame, you're not gonna be able to win this one here today. As you will see, I just going to use a shield so I don't even have to reveal my final Pokemon. It makes it just faster, and we're gonna be able to move on here to the next opponent. And this team was fantastic, like as you know already, like if someone gets up to 2700 elo with this team, it's going to be quite nice. We have an amazing lead. We have the Sabai in the lead, and I would love to keep my Morpeko aligned against the Sabai, as it's my best answer to it. What is my best answer to something like the Magnezone though? I feel like it's going to be my Charger Bug, and Charger Bug here in this team is not running the standard moveset of Discharge. I don't know if they were running the same moveset here, but I decided to go ahead and go for the Crunch instead, which would allow me, in theory, if I would get out a Golurk, to hit them for super effective damage and maybe even threaten a KO, which was my main idea, because Golurk, as I made a video about it yesterday, is kind of the only Pokemon that's a ground type that is really scary in this meta. And so here we're going to have the Morpeko against the Sabai again, which is perfect. This is exactly where we want to see it. And they let the move go through. As I said, don't have a shield left anymore anyway. I have 2 shields left, and I know I can go for the full farm down. And plus 1 attack, I am in a position where they have basically 0 play against us. And so, yeah, as we will see here, we are going to be able to just go for the Aura Reel. This is going to be fine. This is going to allow us to get, the KO against the opponent as well. And like this, we are gonna try our best to go for another charge, but they have the Annihilate in the back. Even if they would have not forfeited this battle, this game would have been over already, I can tell you that. There was no way of them winning this battle, as I still had the Lantern with full health, and that is absolutely alright. Alright. Next opponent is gonna go to a Lantern against us. That is going to be interesting. Lantern is going to be generally a Pokemon that I do think is going to be kind of alright for our lead here, because what we have here is we have the opportunity to just outspeed them. Like, we're just going to be able to outspeed them, and that is actually perfect for us. As we have here the charge coming through, the Aura is coming in, we are going to be able to get the shield here as well from the opponent again, and we can knock them out before they even reach the next move. And this is the beauty of the Morpeko. Morpeko is one of those Pokemon that is super fun to play. And this is the thing as well, by the way, there's going to be a video coming out next week towards the Open Great League where I'm going to take a look at 10 fun teams to run, like Pokemon that I at least enjoy running. Morpeko is one of them for sure, and one of the teams. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for this. Of course, if you want to be always up to date for Pokemon GO PvP, then feel free to follow this channel. It is free. It's the easiest way for you to give something back there as well, and it's free, and it just helps me out as well. Let's take a look here at the opponent. They're going to have their Sableye on the back, and I'm aware that they have the option to go in generally for the Power Gem here, which would allow them to go for like enough damage to knock me out. But I know as well at this point that if I shield, I have enough fast move damage already coming through that I will be able to win this battle guaranteed, and the opponent knows it as well. They're going to go down, and we're going to be able to move on to the next opponent. We will face the one big issue for this team, which is the weekly tough. And I'm always hoping that the opponent just swaps out of here, but I'm gonna go for the X, just try to unalign the switch clock and get some damage onto them before they can go for the debuffing move of Icy Wind. The issue for this team is mainly that the weekly tough is such a plague, like it's everywhere, like literally everywhere, that there are sometimes teams like this where you just don't have a chance. Dunsparce is a Pokemon that, interestingly enough, is very much popular right now. I actually would have assumed that Dunsparce could have even taken over from the Dunsparce, as the Body Slam spam seems quite desirable. But as you see, we're going to have to use a shield here. It is going to be the drill run coming through, and we're going to be able to go for another hard-hitting charge move here, as the aura wheel is going to allow us to get the last shield from the opponent. We're going to try our best to still go for another charge move against them, but we are forced to use a shield again in order to get them lower. But I'm not too sure. Can I farm them all the way down here now with boost? We will never find out, because they're going to go into the Wigglytuff. I'm forced to go for the Psychic Fangs here. This would very likely knock them out here at this point. The opponent lets the move go. It actually doesn't knock them out. We can go for one more fast move and get more energy, which is actually perfect. Unless they, of course, get to another charge move, which they do here with a 1 HP. The Swift is coming through, the Lantern is coming in, and let's see what we're going to have here. It's going to be the Dunsparce, not the Dunsparce, coming in with a drill run, and we are just in such a bad position. There's not really a lot that they can do here. I am forced to catch a move here. If it doesn't work, I'll lose immediately. Good game to the opponent. There's nothing I can do there. I need to catch the drill run in order to have a chance of winning this battle. Alright. Again, another Pokemon with ground type coverage, which is just annoying for this team, because our entire team is either weak to ground or rock, which is the main coverage of the Dunsparce. But the thing is here, this time around, we're going to face this Pokemon off in the lead, which means that here we are actually in a position where the Morpeko is going to be able to outspeed them, and the Morpeko is going to do a lot of damage. But now I'm in a very awkward position, because they go for the drill run, and I am now 2 shields down. I try my best to go for the full farm down. I give them even a free fast move, and I'm just going to be now in a very, very tough position, because I'm shields down against the opponent, and I have never seen so many Dunsparce in a Wigglytuff in my life today, but that was kind of unfortunate. I think this is not actually an accurate representation of what this team actually can do as well, though. I feel like this team usually would be even stronger if you don't encounter the exact same 2 Pokemon that are just very tough for me the entire time. But we are not done here yet. We have absolutely still the potential chance of winning this battle. As we see here as well, we're going to be able to go for another Excellent against the opponent's Oranguro, and they're very likely going to let the move go. And now it's down to 3 of my Pokemon against 1 of their Pokemon. I can swap out into my Pokemon and try to go for the Psychic Fangs to set up the matchup for later on. But the opponent can go for a Swift, and so we are forced to go straight into our Lantern. The opponent still has a shield, which they're very likely going to use against my Surf. They have to kind of use against my Surf. But what I'm thinking here right now is they're going to be forced to go for 2 Swifts and all the fast moves prior. And I get a lot of damage in with my Water Gun already. I should be able to just stay in here even, play it out, survive a Charm on my Charger Bug, and then still get to like an Exeter or a Crunch in order to win this battle if I don't get to the Surf, which is exactly what's going to happen here. So while this was a bit of a tough one, we were still able to come back from it. And this showcases again as well on the power that this team going to have here. That's the beauty as well of this team. While we have 3 electric type Pokemon, we actually are not only doing like electric type damage here. Like we're going to have the lead that's also going to do the psychic as well as dark type damage, which is kind of cool, which can be quite helpful. We have our Saisop, which is mainly doing bug type damage, as well as also having the dark type coverage. And then we're going to have in the back here the Lantern, which is mainly here for Water Gun, which is going to do some different type of damage as well in this meta. So like you kind of have, while you have a mono type team, quite a lot of a variety in this team, which is very nice. I honestly, there's going to be time as well, like I will have even more time most day to do some cool content very soon as well, starting somewhere next year. My plan is to actually just do some more videos towards tournament runs as well, and I want to do like tournament runs with like the mono type teams with like certain challenges. I want to make like a challenge series as well in Pokemon GO for Pokemon GO PvP. And you know that from my channel anyway, like I have always kind of like a lot of ideas towards content, which I think is kind of cool. I don't have currently the time to really enter those tournaments, because tournaments take like 2-3 hours to just do the battles, and then you need to kind of put into a video, which takes like ages as well, which is fine. But kind of when I have the time, which is going to be very, very soon, I will definitely make more videos towards even like those online tournaments, which is going to be cool. Can't wait for that. I have a lot of ideas towards that. You saw now the Versus series, which I started as well, which I at least am a big fan of. I think it's going to be even cooler to see that in the new season when there is like some stake to it towards it as well, and we can compare things a bit more. But I have a lot of things planned for this series as well. I think there's like, yeah, I have a lot of ideas always. I have a lot of ideas towards content, so of course, if you appreciate as well that, then yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I just would love to get up to the 100,000 subscribers next year. This would be my dream. Would be cool if you could help me towards that. But as you can see here, the opponent doesn't really enjoy the Chargeback here. We can knock them out, and we can have here the Wigglytuff against us in the lead. And here's the thing, the Wigglytuff is a lot of times paired with like Dark-type Pokemon, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. We are going to have here a very neutral matchup. We get the shield early, and I was thinking, do I now use a shield even, or do I try to get to another charge move with my other Pokemon? I decided to use a shield here. In hindsight, this was a bit of a mistake. I should have just went into my Morpeko, I think. Because what we see is that this is not going to be enough to knock them out. But they're going to outspeed me here now and win the CMP tie against me. And that is going to be quite unfortunate. Because what is happening now is we have the option, of course, to farm them now with the Morpeko, but it's only 2 fast moves. Like, 2 fast moves is nothing here really for me. That is barely going to give me any kind of advantage here. And they're going to go back into their Wigglytuff. And of course, I'm going to go for the bait here. I expect them to go for the shield. And I expect that I'm going to be able to, of course, get the debuff now onto them. And swap out now into my Lantern. What they do here is interesting. They just stay in there. We have to go kind of for the Swift, I assume. I don't think they go for Ice. They go for Ice Unit. Resisted hit. Alright. They go into the Sunfisk, and I do think this is a mistake, actually. Because even with the debuff, I'm fairly certain that 2 serves are going to knock them out, and I need to go for 2 serves anyway, so like, I'm still in the right spot, but I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to be able to win this battle. I am forced to use my shield, of course, against the Stunfisk here, because I need to get to another serve. It doesn't work out that well for me otherwise. So, yeah. The opponent is going to get to a Mud Bomb. I can go for the Surf. I can knock them out. And now it's down to what can we do against the Wigglytuff. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to try to stop out straight away. I'm going to try to get to my Aura Wheel. And I can get to my Aura Wheel. But can we still win this battle? Is this going to be enough to knock them out? It is not, but Water Gun is still there. And we can win this battle against a Wigglytuff lead. So, like, again, this team has so much potential against so many options. Alright. Wigglytuff against us, we're gonna swap out here and we're gonna get out the Golurk. Someone must have watched my video. I made a video towards like a very toxic team with Golurk there as well. I think I had more Morpeko as my say-so though. It was in my top team video as well. Here we get the debuff, which actually allows me to go for the full farm down there as well. And so we got rid of a Pokemon from the opponent. We have Alignment now, which is amazing because, yeah, I guess what, against the opponents, a Wigglytuff, I don't really want to have my Morpeko up against anymore. And so, like, it is looking quite solid. But if they have Morpeko in the back, like I had in my team, I'm not too sure if this is going to be actually that great of a matchup. But we get the shield here. That's gonna be at that point gonna be promising because now the opponent has to spam their Swifts here, and I'm fairly certain we're gonna be alright with that. But yeah, we have to see what they have in the back there. Is it the Morpeko? I'm not too sure. Like at the end of the day, there is the Morpeko. Okay, they watched my video. Most likely this was from my video, so it's a view of mine. Shout out to you. I always love battling against these all as well. Yeah. Very cool to see like a team like this played against me. The issue is, yeah, I'm actually not too sure if I'm going to be able to win this battle now. While I played it in the beginning to the best of my abilities, we are now at a point where I'm not too sure if this is the best way I can play this anymore. And so the opponent is shieldless. I have still my shield. Do I shield here? I shield here. Can I farm them down? I don't think I can farm them. They go for the Aura, like that's a little bit annoying. Let's see what they're going to do next. They're going to swap out into the Wigglytuff. I survived this. I should be fine. I just have to go for the Psychic Fangs now and I win the battle. Why do I swap? Why do I swap here? That makes 0 sense. That makes absolutely 0 sense. I can go for the full farm down here. I think I still win though. Please let me win still. The opponent forfeits anyway, okay. But yeah, that was unnecessary. Alright, final battle for today. We have yet another Wigglytuff in the lead. We're gonna swap out and we're gonna get out nothing. Okay, they're gonna stay in. We can go for the Exeter. Yeah, Wigglytuff was just a pain. Like, Wigglytuff is absolutely everywhere. Oh, look at this! It's a Golurk! Look at this! It's a Crunch! They were very likely should know that I have Crunch here, but they don't go for the move, so, like, I don't really care too much about that. I still get another charge move, which is cool, because I either force the shield or the KO. They use their shield, and I hope they can get the free water move there, water gun through, but I didn't, and so, sadly, I have to take the Shadow Punch. The opponent goes down, but in comes Morpeko. I wonder who made this team. I'm fairly certain I'm going to lose this battle now, though, because what we have here is our Morpeko aligned against the opponent's Wigglytuff. And so I am in a bad position here, absolutely. And so I'm going to try my best here. I'll go for the Psychic Fangs. Do they shield? Do they not shield? They don't shield, and that was not the right play. I sure went for the Aura Wheel, but I didn't. And so we see here the opponent still getting to the move, of course, with 1 HP. And I shield. I don't know why I shield here. This makes 0 sense to shield. I'm forced to go for my charge move now. This is not going to do enough damage even. I don't know what I'm trying to achieve here. Honestly, it just doesn't make too much sense in my opinion. I have to hope I somehow still survive this hit here from the opponent's Morpeko. It's gonna be the Aura Wheel. It does not seem like I survived that one. Yeah, good game to the opponent. I don't know what I did here. Good game though. This was kind of funny to face 2 times my own team. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and I will see you then. Bye bye.